like I say, it took us a little while to get the Brewster built, probably longer than I thought it should. I don't really know what I would give you as the answer for that. The best answer I can give is we were training somebody and there was a lot of other stuff going on. During the course of that, we start looking into putting it in locations, getting licenses for it, all the things we need to deal with. And the city of Billings is a little different than the county. The city is very sophisticated in my mind, in comparison to even to like Jacksonville, Florida, which is millions of people. They've had these kiosks around here a lot. That's probably why you hear me say kiosk, is because everybody calls them kiosks. So just recently they've implemented rules as to how big they can be. So for example, a Brewster, even though it's a trailer, it's totally mobile and everything else, because of the square footage of it, they will not allow me to stay in any location more than 90 days without having it signed off on and getting a building permit, which complicates everything. At first we were like, oh my gosh, seriously, are you kidding me? This is just so devastating. And then I read the list Mandy gave me, and there's caveats. I mean, they let us have it for 90 days, number one. Number two, other sizes, they weren't that way on. So it kind of forced me to take another approach that I think is going to be a big win for us. And that led to the skid. So it won't be a trailer, saving a ton of money on it. We're still going to have Brewsters so that we can, do events and we can try different areas. We can go there for 90 days. Prove it out, it works good, roll it out of there to the next location, put a skid in it, stay there for a longer period of time. So we kind of introduced another thing. Now the BrewSkid, totally different mentality. All that stuff has to still be done. We're not using aqua hot, we're using electric heat. We're designing it to always be hooked up to power so we don't have to worry about the generator, because it's not meant to be portable. It's a long-term in a location for a long period of time. The amount of stuff we put in it is pretty close to equal. It ain't done yet, but we got everything in there that we need to get in there, and we're fitting it in a smaller footprint. I'm thinking, honestly, we're probably gonna cut our costs really close to 50%. So lots changed on that front. I'll let you know once we get it out. There's a lot of similarities. I still think it's gonna be a real good looking rig. We've done some really clever things with the way we did the canopies and that stuff, but that's a completely unique thing that we're at the corner of the turn. Had to build. The third thing we built in this time period was a Sloppy Joe. We had to have something to service these. Once again, winter, cold, freezing, ice. Built it bigger tanks. The Sloppy Joe is a vital part of our operation. Not happy with my pumps. Still got some work to do there, but it's working, it's functional, and it's definitely gonna stay warm in the winter. So I think we had a real success there. You gotta keep in mind, guys, up until the trailer that we built in Florida, the first 2.0 trailer, I've never built a trailer before. We've just copied some different engineering that we've seen, built it, overbuilt it. Everything we do is overbuilt, but Sloppy Joe, I think, was kick-ass. It was really a nice trailer. I'll guarantee you're not gonna find one built better. Same big steel post structure, everything else. Again, probably took us a little longer than I wanted to, but I had a lot going on. So, but we got it done. I mean, when you look at the big picture of what we accomplished in 8 months, we have 8 locations and a Sloppy Joe, and we did all that just with our family. It's impressive. If you look at each build, you're like, yeah, but I should be able to do that faster, but my goals aren't usually very reasonable.